Alright, hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at the Titanic Honor and Glory Demo 2. This was released in 2016, I believe, shortly after their... or not shortly after, I don't know, but probably closely after their original real-time syncing video. And it's an expanded version of the Demo 1 that was released in 2015, so... there should be quite a few additions here, including the Café Parisien, which you can see in this menu here. So let's get right into it. Okay, so we are once again in the D-deck boarding entrances here. They're kind of dark this time, they're not lit up. And what else is different? Oh yeah, the cabins, the curtains here have been pulled away and revealing the hallways here to the cabins. We can't walk in there yet, sadly, but they're there, that's cool. Like I said in the last time, these were like very simple cabins, or fairly simple. They were still very nice and relatively big actually, so I'll turn that down a bit. So yeah, can we open these up? No, we can't. Alright, welcome to Demo 2. Press I to toggle the info boxes. Press M to toggle music. There we go. Can we have black and white mode? No, that's not in this demo. That's a shame. Okay, we got ones here at the elevators and it says out of order. That's so cute. I love that. And yeah, we saw this in the last episode. Although, in this demo, the piano has been moved to the other side. I think these days they have it on the on the original side again. I don't know why though. If I have to guess, they discovered like debris from it on the wreck, and they had to move it back. I don't know. Oh yeah, now we can see the dining saloon in greater detail. You can't access it yet, but you can see it in its full glory, which is very nice. Yeah, we saw that text in the last one. Nice, very nice. And I should also mention, I forgot to say this in a previous episode, but on Titanic, she would have likely had these larger windows. Olympic just had 5 smaller windows, while Titanic had these 3 larger ones. And these were very similar to what was on included on Belgian land just a few years after this. So yeah, it has precedent. Anything on this side? No. Okay. I want to take a look downstairs. Okay, that's still the same. Don't think anything new over here. No. I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you watched the video of me touring Demo 1, so otherwise you won't... Oh, this is closed now. Ah, okay, so they have like a little bit of a separate situation going. Is there more... Can we explore the pool? That's the question. Oh, we can! Okay, so here's the Turkish bath on F deck. If you walk through this door, you get to the electric bath here. Oh, okay, so they didn't include the pool yet, but they did add the electric bath, which is very fun. You didn't get electrocuted, but it was essentially like a solarium, more or less. There's a lot of light bulbs in there that will generate heat and yeah, warm you up. So yeah, I doubt it would do much though. Yeah, not much more on this deck, so let's head up. There should be more on the decks above. Not much here, so let's head up on C deck. Oh, we can move here. Go here now, nice. Alright, so this is the C deck landing of the grand staircase. And this is where the inquiry office was. Wait. is this Easter egg still here? No, it's not. Oh, okay, that's sad. In demo 3, I think the purser from the ship's steward, I forget, from Titanic Adventure Out of Time pops up in this little window, which is very cute. Here's a cabin inside there. Purse office. Inside this office is the ship's safe, where passengers can have valuables stored. And then here is the inquiry office. So here passengers could purchase wireless telegrams, store valuables, purchase tickets for the Turkish bath and other shipboard activities, and request assistance and information. Cool. Can't really go inside yet, but we can do that in later demos. There is a photo of Olympics staircase on this deck about here, but it is in the 30s, so it was after they changed the flooring, and I believe even painted the staircase green by that point, so yes. Oh, look at that, we can even walk down the corridors, that's cool. Let's take this slowly, however. Let's check out this part here first. So once again, here's the elevators. They're out of order. What a shame. Hope they fix them for next time. Is this open? No. Okay. Just some teasers of the cabin areas in the forward end. Let's make our way aft, shall we? Wait, first can we make our way up to B deck? We can, okay. And we can't wrap around here later. Okay, so B deck here. Passengers could board here through those boarding doors. In some ports, I think it's only in Southampton. On Olympic, of course, this wasn't just a little room, it was just an entire promenade. But on Titanic they removed it because they had the promenade on the deck above, and they thought that it was just excessive having two promenades. Previously they had always had more than one deck of promenade space, but the Olympic class was just so massive, so they decided that it wasn't really needed. B deck cabins are midship, so this is all of the fancy suites in this direction, and also on C deck of course. These stairs led up to the grand staircase landings of A deck and the boat deck, as well as the lounge, reading and writing room, and the gymnasium. It's up here. Please contribute to our efforts. TitanicHG.com/contribute. Notices. Friday the 12th of April 1912. Today is actually the 10th of April. I'm recording this. The daily run on the ship will be posted at noon. Weather. Clear afternoon skies. Temperatures around 60 degrees with sun. Wind and rain from the northwest tonight. Please consider a contribution if you know this early demo of Titanic Honor and Glory. B deck cabins forward. Yeah, we'll save on that side. Alright, let's go down to C deck and check out the forward areas. So again here, these are the fancy suites. John Farthing, I'm so sorry, man. The Strauss sitting room. So this is the Regency style sitting room here. Behind that door, very nice cabin. Isidore and Ida Strauss, they also had this cabin. It's like a bedroom. And this was an Empire style room, I believe. There's a lot of people here. Maybe the Colonel. I'm not gonna go through all of these, but just gonna see if we recognize any names. Marion Fayer, of course, we know about them. Jack Fayer's parents. Adolf Selfeld. Arthur Pushan is here. A lot of these names I recognize, but not all. Here's Jack's cabin. Margaret Fleming, maid to Mrs. Fayer. Almost had Mrs. Thatcher. Charles and Annie Stengel. Charles Nash, Benjamin Foreman. Donia O'Connor. Here's some bathrooms and a lavatory, I believe. So this is a little firehouse cabinet thing. Elmer and Juliet Taylor introduced paper food containers to England. Wow. Nice. Paper cup. Wow, they actually have some like biographies or like info on people. That's really cute. I'm really looking forward to having that like reintroduced in the alpha eventually. Because I really like learning stuff about all these people. Maids and Valets Saloon Pantry. Walter and Mahala Douglas. Birth Roy and August Seraplan. Dr. Henry and Clara Frowntal. Here's a map of Sea Deck 2, you can see all of the cabins. All of the midships cabins, I should say. Madame de Villiers. Oh, so, here is the aft grand staircase. Smaller than the forward one, and I guess slightly less fancy, but still very nice. I was here. This one also didn't go down to F deck, it only went down here to C deck. That was the lowest level. And it goes up to A deck. First class barbershop. Here passengers could get a shave and a haircut and buy souvenirs. The barber's hours are between 7 AM and 7 PM. For the general convenience of the greater number, passengers are requested not to apply for hair cutting or shampooing except between the hours of noon and 5 PM. Nice. What's funny about this barbershop pole, whatever it's called, it was seen floating on the surface after Titanic sunk. So I forget if it was recovered, but that was an early indicator that the ship broke in half to some people. Oh, look at that view. Because like this was the area roughly where the ship broke in half, so it's not at all strange that it would make its way up to the surface. The clock will be set backward at about midnight, 49 minutes. As they travel along the sea, they would need to adjust the clocks. Maids and Valets Saloon. First class passengers' personal servants took their meals here. Inside this room here. Then here is also some more cabins. And it should be the doctor's office inside here. Yeah, the ship's surgeon, Dr. William O'Loughlin. You also have a different like style of tiles here, because this was essentially second class styles or like decor for all the crew cabins. In general, all crew areas except for the officers, all crew cabins rather, were second class in style, except for like the firemen and like the lowest of the crew, they had like third class. But it's a good way to think of it. Officers are essentially first class, and then firemen, greasers, and seamen, they are third class, while all the crew in between them, essentially, all the doctors, the stewards, the cooks, the petty officers, all of them, they had second class cabins basically. Some more lavatories and cabins here. Okay, let's make our way up here again to B deck. And once again, like in the last episode, these paintings probably weren't here. I wish they were, I really do. But probably not, because Olympics paintings were likely added much later, so Titanic's probably wouldn't have been added. Okay, so this room. Beautiful room. This is the B deck reception room. They discovered that the I should just show you guys really quick in here. The a la carte restaurant, we'll get to that soon. It would be nice for a reception room for that room, because passengers gathered outside the main dining room on D deck before they went to eat, so they figured that this room, the a la carte restaurant, was very popular, so they should do the same for that room. The a la carte restaurant was essentially like a secondary option for dining. Essentially, you would pick if you wanted to dine in there instead, and then you would get I forget the word, but like you would get a slight some money back, I believe, for a ticket. But yeah, this is quite a nice room, nicely decorated. The walls are kind of simple, but there's some nice frieze here, I guess, so that's decent. On Olympic, the walls essentially went out to here, and it was there were like no chairs and tables. This wasn't a room, there was just like a little landing. And then on Britannic, they went back to Olympic, but they added a larger reception room here in front of the a la carte restaurant. Let's check out the staircase first. So yeah, the top level of the aft grand staircase on any other ship, this staircase would be the best thing anyone has ever seen. But of course, since this is on Titanic with the already larger and more fancy forward grand staircase, this is slightly less good in comparison only. But I still really like this staircase. I just wish it was painted like white or something, just to distinguish it a bit from the forward staircase. But yeah, it's still beautiful. And of course the dome here was round, a perfect circle, while the forward staircase had an oval dome instead. These doors lead into the smoke room, which we can't access yet, sadly. And this staircase here, the corridor here, leads into the lounge. Can't get there just yet. There's like a door here that leads out to the deck. Can kind of see that here. God, those god rays. Oh my god, nice. This is Thomas Andrews' cabin. Nice. This is the first cabin I think we've seen in their demos. This was decorated in the Harlan and Wolff bedroom B style, so you would have these white walls with the unpainted oak dado at the bottom. It's very, very simple, but still very pretty style in my opinion. And yeah, this was Thomas Andrews' cabin that he was in during Titanic's maiden voyage. I love the fact that they have all these deck plans rolled out, and of course the plans are split in half, where Titanic split in half. And I love that he brought down the Pullman berth just to put some of his deck plans and stuff on top. But yeah, it's a very nice cabin, even though it's quite simple. For first class anyway. And then on this side, this is Father Brown's cabin. You can see that with his little, I forget what type it was, but he has had a camera here. Father Brown, of course, thanks to him, we have some of the only interior photos of Titanic and some of the only photos of her maiden voyage, like aboard. He took the only photo of Titanic's dining room, and some other photos, including this room. I think he took 2 photos of this room, and that's how we know what style this room was in, how it was decorated. And yeah, that's pretty much this space. Also, these cabins, they weren't here on Olympic at first, they were added on Titanic only. On Olympic, these were just larger. This was just a larger entrance, pretty much. And of course, the clock here is much less fancy than Honor and Glory Crowning Time on the forward staircase. But it's still quite a nice clock piece in my opinion. Very nice. The cherub here is facing the other way. On the forward one, it's facing that way. So it's a little nice way to differentiate the staircases. Right, so let's check out the Café Parisien first. So, this came about after Titanic's a la carte restaurant was expanded out to the other side. Okay, actually, let's do the restaurant first, because it makes more sense. So, Titanic had, or Olympic had the a la carte restaurant here. It's very popular. Was introduced after the America, another Harland Wolff built ship, built for a German line, I forgot which one. So Olympic got that as well. Was very popular, so White Star Line decided, let's expand it out to the sides, because on Olympic originally there were promenades here, and it was for second class. And another upside of extending this out to the sides was because first class passengers complained that second class passengers went up to the windows and actually peeked inside and looked at the rich people dining. So yeah, that effectively killed two birds in one stone, which is a very horrible saying, and I wish we all could say something else. But yeah, it's very nice. Originally Olympic also had like a little orchestra stage here with a piano, and that piano is also now preserved, which is very nice. But I was removed later because they didn't really, I don't know if the passengers would appreciate the orchestra being inside here, and I think White Star also thought it would be better to have this extra table in here instead. Alright, so yeah, very nice room. I forget what style it was in, probably like a Louis style. Yeah, very nice, very beautiful. I can't see names. The restaurant is under the management of the company who have appointed Mr. El Gadi, I forgot his full name, late of Odanino's Imperial Restaurant, London, as manager. I think Luigi Gadi is probably his name. It's like a little cashier's office there. And yeah, the Café Parisien here came about as they extended the restaurant out to the other side. This promenade was left on this side, and they decided, what should we do here? Well, at first they just decided, okay, let's just keep this as a promenade, have the passengers be able to stroll about here. But later they actually decided that it would be better to use this space as like a little restaurant space, or like a little cafe type thing, and then decorated them with these very fancy trellis detailing on the walls, and added ivy. I think this is foam ivy, it's not real, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it's very nice. Olympic also got this in her 1913 refit. It was a little bit nicer though, with some actual like partitions on the walls as well. And then this door here, I believe, is a remnant from before Titanic's, or when they added this on Titanic, basically. But yeah, very nice room. I think that's it. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Something on this deck. We saw that. Let's go to the bow again. Through these lovely corridors. I wish these corridors were used in all first class spaces. They're so nice. So it's not as nice as the ones in the Cameron movie, but still they're quite fancy. Kind of subdued luxury in my opinion. And I don't think we could go in here. No, we couldn't. Alright. I think that's demo 2. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. On to Demo 3. Take care. Bye bye.